I hate the names with another 1,000 bits. If not your browser history, then I should watch Professor Lando. You know what, bro? I will watch Professor Lando. I'm gonna do that before I do anything else. Because you, my friend, just freaking surprised the hell out of me with 11,000 bits. I will watch Professor Lando. It's Professor Lando. So Professor Lando, I will update you, is the man that has accidentally taken over YouTube. So here we go, Professor Lando, 231,000 subscribers, but... Now, I don't want to dox myself, so I'm going to have to do this carefully. Here you have Professor Lando's with the social blade. He was a humble man, getting 400 subscribers this day, 190 this day, 220 this day. All of a sudden got 1,000 in a day, 4,000 in a day, 10,000 in a day, 60,000 a day, 88,000 subs in a day. Currently today, 58,000 subs so far. Basically, this man got lucky as hell and ended up in the YouTube algorithm. And this is what happens to a man who ends up in the YouTube algorithm. So, now, I didn't actually watch any of his videos. I did notice he followed me on Twitter, so I followed him back. He seems cool, I guess. They just hit the algorithm running. This man only has 14 uploads. He hit the algorithm, and all of a sudden, the man is popping off. I'm not saying his content's bad because of this. In fact, I didn't watch his videos yet. I'll watch this. This is his biggest video. Submissive and Breedable Explained with 2.5 million views, which he got over the last 2 days, by the way. Funny story. And I guess now we'll watch Submissive and Breedable Explained by Professor Lando. To see what it's all about. I'm sure it's great, because this only happens, like, I've only seen this happen a couple of times, and when this happens, it's so cool. Usually the content is good, but also the amount of luck that it takes to really hit the algorithm like this man's video's been in my recommended for 3 days. I'm sure it's been in all of your recommendeds for the last 3 days as well. Like, that's just how YouTube uses. That's just how YouTube works. This man has been in everyone's recommended. Now, I guess let's see what the hype is all about. I'm sure it's gonna be good content, but let's just jump right into it. Let's see. Time to explain submissive and breedable. This is important. We all need to understand it, and we have to, you know, understand why the YouTube algorithm decided this man was basically Jesus 2.0.
I've been disappointed because we asked the question, does a MILF have to be a mother? And I told you, class, that no. I think the conclusion we drew was that a MILF doesn't literally have to be a mother. Marissa Tomei.
Well put. I completely agree with that statement. Mommy, I would like to F does not necessarily imply that it needs to be a literal mommy. It just requires that build.
The actress who plays Tom Holland Spider-Man's Aunt May. I thought it was clear. We did the readings, we went over it in class, but I guess some of the students were simply not paying attention.
Clearly, kids just these days, they don't understand mommy energy has absolutely nothing to do with being a literal mother. Crazy, right?
I had a lot of comments saying that Marissa Tomei, they said, Professor, that's a cougar. And I appreciate the effort. I appreciate that the cogs are turning.
Tell us more.
There's just something you're not quite grasping. Very good. It's very similar to, like, a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle isn't a square. Parallelogram? I don't know. It's something like that. A square is a parallelogram. Rectangle is a parallelogram. But a rectangle is not a square. So, from Urban Dictionary, a cougar is an older, experienced woman who happens to find herself in a relationship, committed or not, with a younger man. I think is the most basic explanation. Going further.
Fascinating.
She's not necessarily desperate. She offers expertise and is open to new experiences. She simply wants to have fun. Though older, she may actually look younger. Attractive, confident. She's not interested in drama or games, as that would interfere with the pleasure she enjoys.
Thank
from
you,
Urban
Professor.
Dictionary. A MILF.
This is now, I'm about to do what I have done to every single lecture I've ever heard in college. And we're gonna speed it up. No offense, Professor, but it must be done.
This is where we sort of get into the more abstract side of things. We talked about this idea of a MILF. Summarized by, someone might say just, she's MILFy. You know what I mean, class? And there's a difference between, like, someone who's overtly attractive and sexy and a MILF. What I don't like about people saying that my analysis of MILF is incorrect and that she is a cougar is because I think the main thing is that a cougar is looking for it. Like the animal that it references, the cougar's on the hunt. The cougar is in the jungle. It's hunting for
it was
prey.
in the word the whole time.
But a MILF is subdued behind this veneer of maturity and caringness. It's almost like a forbidden fruit type thing, right? Like, oh, that's naughty. That's you know, that's not allowed. But a cougar is on the hunt. And that's a distinction. And not only a motherly figure, because, you know, it's very obvious that an aunt is definitely a proxy for a motherly figure.
True,
but just motherly vibes. You can have a feeling. And part of that motherliness is not like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you. Too aggressive. That's a cougar. Milf is different. I hope we cleared it up. I really don't want to see some misinterpretation.
Thank you, Professor.
Of milfiness.
I feel like I've learned so much so far. This is huge. I don't know about submissive and breedable explained. I don't know if like I really need breedable. As a very breedable man myself, I don't know if I need that part explained. But I'm really glad that we're taking the time to really explain this thoroughly, the way it needs to be on the internet.
So I was very shocked at the number of students that had this misconception. So let's just make it clear. Also, I'm glad people are finding the lectures. Mostly thanks to my groundbreaking. Basically, the Professor Lando Venn diagram of submissive and breedableness. This is going to be a more in-depth look into submissive and breedable.
Let's go! Theorem. This is huge. This is something everyone needs to understand. I'm learning.
So this will be a preview into a future lecture, which is the Fembology lecture. Ancillary.
The Fembology lecture! I am so excited for that one.
To the Fujoshi Yaoi lecture. It might stand alone based on how the curriculum is panning out. The submissive and breedable Venn diagram is my theorem, originally created when I worked in the Fembology department. Okay, and you know, some would say that
This man is a fembologist? That is huge! Good stuff. Wow. PhD in Fembology. That's amazing. I just want to say a couple of notes that I just noticed, like off the top of my head. This man, he's not saying anything, like something that's really impressing me. Okay? He's not saying anything that's like extremely comedic, or he's not even his cadence. His cadence isn't even something that's like unseen on YouTube. The beauty here is the fact that he organized it like it's a class. And I know that's obvious. He's the professor. He's just a professor talking about lewd, weird, weeb meme shiz. And by the fact that he's doing it in a professor format, that's really what his niche is and how it's going to take off. I respect it so much. Like, a lot of people don't understand about YouTube, that YouTube is about yoinking and twisting. You could take a completely pre-existing concept that millions of people have done before, and you could just twist it in one simple way, and it'll completely create new content that people will be interested in. Submissive and breedable is a meme that people have been throwing around for a while, but he's doing it in like this really professional cadence, which is what's doing so well. Let's freaking go. Yoink and twist is a method as old as time itself, okay? Donating a lot of money to streamers to get crazy reactions, that's nothing new, okay? The whole meme of, oh, hey, my browser history got leaked. Delete my browser history before I die. That's nothing new. Donating money to streamers for them to expose their browser history on stream, that's a completely now novel and new concept, which is why it is currently the most viewed video on my entire channel. Yoink and twist puts an entire new flavor into whatever you're talking about, and I have so much respect that this man is making basic discussion videos through the cadence of a professor. Absolute legend.
But some would say that our experiments on the femboys were maybe a little short of ethical. Some would say maybe a little unethical. And yes, but it was a different time. And yes, reflecting back, I can say that I do regret some of the things we did to those femboys. But society was able to progress. And I think that's what's important here. For the sake of humans, seeing their potential maximized.
Several femboys must have been sacrificed for the greater good. This man understands.
Sacrifices must unfortunately be made, and some of the femboys were lost. But part of those advancements is that I was able to come up with this theorem. So here.
Let's go! The femboy theorem.
Here, we have breedable. You can see right here where they cross. This cross section is known. This is the bussy.
I really... Oh, God, I walked right into this one. Oh, my Lord. Is that why you wanted me to watch this? Oh, my God, I hate this. The bussy axis.
This is the bussy.
Plain zero.
There's more to the theorem. You can introduce additional layers to it. And we'll just do one example right here. What's the point of a theorem if it's not applicable? If there aren't applications of it in real life? So an example of the submissive and breedable Venn diagram, you can start to apply things. Here, what do we have here? If you add French classical music to the submissive and breedable Venn diagram, we get another section right here. You see that? Right there. And what do we get? Debussy. Claude Debussy, to be exact. The French impressionist composer. Debussy. French impressionist composer. Though he would not admit to himself to be an impressionist composer, he very much disliked that term. But again, submissive, breedable, bussy. Submissive, breedable, French classical music, Debussy. We talk about applications. And I'm very happy that some academics have been able to apply my work. Here, Professor Lando. Me, submissive and breedable me. And the crossover with Professor Lando up here, this is where the profussy is. Submissive
Profussy. I was gonna say virgin, but anyway.
And breedable. That's where the bussy is. Submissive, breedable, French classical music, Debussy, French impressionist composer. Submissive, breedable, Professor Lando, Profussy. Looking like Shang-Chi in the 10 Rings now. Deeply turned on. Could you explain why? It's probably the sweater vest. Probably. Yeah, Shang-Chi in the 10 Rings. Shang-Chi and the 10 Pussies. I'm Shang-Chi. I do have my pre-planned curriculums for the semester. But if you want to see Professor Lando to cover a topic, perhaps give a full lecture on a topic that, you know, I maybe don't have pre-planned, but you have something, go ahead and let Professor Lando know. This wasn't in the original.
Why is he calling him? He's talking about himself in third person. If there's anything that you want Nux to cover, just ask Nux, and Nux will do it. Yo, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. God damn it, I upload 2 videos a day, and they're funny. They'll help you take your mind off the miserable existence we all live in. These videos are all streamed live on my Nux Taku Twitch channel, which is also linked in the description. And gamers, I have been helped out a lot by G Fuel, so if you enter code NUX to get yourself 10 to 30% off your G Fuel order, it is a great extra cool energy drink that's 0 calorie, it tastes good, and goddamn it supports your boy. So feel free to pick some up. They've been super helpful, and I very much appreciate them. And you twisted my arm, 5,000 subscribers on Twitch, and I will do No One Understands Zoro as a 2-hour big Mega Chungus live stream. Stay weird, fam!